Electronics are part of our world, expanding by application to open up new opportunities for automotive, healthcare, and many other industries. But today's manufacturing techniques are not sustainable. They are energy hungry and inefficient, expensive, and have limited flexibility. The world is asking us to do better. Introducing Pulse Forge tools, a new approach to thermal processes like soldering and curing. Design with more flexibility, manufacture with fewer process steps, reduce energy use, and decarbonize the supply chain. Expand your creativity to new levels. Designers are asking for more. They need to reduce form factors, reduce weight to work on wearables and stretchables, opening new market opportunities for consumers across the world, asking us to do better. If you think sustainability and freedom of design are not possible in electronics manufacturing, think again. Think Pulse Forge.
Hi, this is Keith Bryant from Apex 2022, and I'm sat here with Charlie from SMT Tooling, and we're going to talk about the new matrix system that they have, and also something new and for them revolutionary that they're brought here to the show for the first time. So, welcome, Charlie. Let's start. Tell me about the matrix.
Well, sure. So, matrix is an automatic tooling system that I've been working in that area for about a little over 20 years. And my first automatic system was Gridlock, and then Quick Tool, and then every few years we've been kind of reinventing that to keep up with the pace of thinner substrates and more densely populated boards and a lot of things like that. So the latest iteration is Matrix, and it has a tighter pin pitch than the other products, so it's a lot more support under the board, and the pattern of pins is a lot more uniform. So those were the things that we started with, and then ended up making it a lot more user-friendly and then more cost-effective at the end, because the cost of the systems was always a barrier for a lot of companies. They maybe buy a used piece of equipment, a screen printer for $25, $30K or something like that, and then they're going to put $15,000 into tooling. So we made some adjustments on that, and we improved our process so that we can make these things more affordable. And we're also now part of a much bigger company, and PSA Systems in Pennsylvania. And since that came along, we've really been kicking it up on the product development, because we have the resources to do that. Previously, it would be a year in development, and then get into manufacturing of a product, and it would take a long time to launch something. And now we're doing that in maybe 2 months, where could have been taking us a year previously.
Wow, that's moving quickly. And yeah, I find it really interesting what you say, because companies are spending I won't say vast amounts of money, but they're spending a lot of money if they're buying good SPI to take away the faults that are happening during printing, but they're not going to spend money on the tooling to stop the faults happening. It seems kind of a bit strange to me.
That's a great point. And our whole thing is to eliminate the faults in the beginning. So the first machine in line, the screen printer, biggest cause of defects in a circuit board in the assembly process. And in screen printing, the tooling is responsible for most of the defects. So that's all been proven, but still, it's people kind of overlook that. So we're educating our customers and working with our reps to make sure that the customers know what kind of things we're curing for them, and that the cost of these systems is nothing compared to at the end of the day what you can save in preventing defects.
Yeah, and I mean there are two areas, really. companies that are doing lots of different stuff, need tooling that's really flexible but still has to be good. And then the guys who are doing high volume stuff where you're running maybe the same product for months really need to get the defects down to minute proportions. And, they both have a need for really good tooling. The needs are different, but they definitely really have a strong need for it.
Right, and we were looking at that from all different angles, from the high volume, to the high mix, low volume shops, and we're trying to address all of that. So we're working with equipment that runs at a very high pace, and people doing hand assembly of boards and all that. So along with the tooling, we brought a new screen printer to the show. So this is it's kind of a hybrid between a fully manual printer and a semi-automatic. And when we set out to develop that, we wanted to give the customers a very useful, easy to change over machine in the same at the same price point that they were purchasing a manual printer previously. So this has it does everything that they were doing before, and we add some bells and whistles to it to really make it savvy.
So you're moving up the food chain a little then.
We are moving up the food chain. There's no doubt. And from a company standpoint, what we're doing is setting up kind of an array of products that fall into a category of the similar price point, similar type of thing. We figure out what the customer needs, and we make something for it. And we're making this family of products that we feel is going to be very useful and complementary to each other at the same time. For instance, our new screen printer, right out of the box, comes with the automatic tooling, and you can add supports onto that as well. So everything kind of feeds into each other.
Yeah. So you said you've had it here at the show. We're sort of most of the way through day 2. So what's the response been?
Incredible. So, a lot of the reps who we're working with, there were some manual printers from, 20, 30 years ago that people still have in their shops. And everybody, depending, no matter who you are, you have capabilities to do this quick changeover, low volume manual printing. And they were using these things over boat anchors. And we took a look at that and figured out that we can make something much better now after revisiting that. And I think we carved out a new niche for ourselves here. And we're getting just a great, a lot of feedback from the reps, and a really good response so far.
Yeah, that's great to hear, because you've got a lot of small to medium-sized successful businesses in the U.S.
Right. Yeah. And we have, with the rep network that we set up, we have really good penetration into that market. So we're ready to move in every direction.
Well, thank you for sharing with us, Charlie. And it's good to hear that there's a product launch here, because this is the first one that I've heard about. So wish you success for the rest of the show and success going forwards. And that's Keith Bryant from Apex 2022 for Global SMT and Packaging.